Hello, fellow empaths, seekers, and psychonauts, old souls alike. My name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. I've made an ink blot made in your name and essence that we are going to scry. And we're going to add on some oracle in the shaman's palm configuration. And as well, we have the ghost tube here kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. You know the drill. Receive or release freely, of course. I'm going to open up. You're welcome to join me, or you can fast forward through. You've got the power. When you're ready, if you are joining me, taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor and aura of old souls. Thank you so much for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. All right, let's get going here. You actually had a card that came up in a pre-shuffle, if this sparks anything. Interestingly enough, the message on the back is follow the spark. So we're going to leave that there. And the ink blot is in the mid-world of our shaman's palm here. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, any shapes or symbols stand out, please follow that versus following my yammerings, but I appreciate it.
I told him.
Oh, I feel like you're very loud, Ghost Tube. Whew, like eager beaver here. Oh, I think I actually went the opposite way. It's one of those, it's just one of them days. All right, I'm going to dig in here. Okay, so I'm seeing something very protective in the mid-world, in the mid-haven. These protective little characters almost look like ghouls, I'm hearing.
Hanged.
They look scary for a reason. They literally hang in the balance between concepts. Okay, so I'm seeing mountain climbers. They have a lot of tools. There's also like a jetpack of some sort that they have this ability in the event of almost like a disconnect from a ship. You know what I mean? Like if I was to see like a show or or a cartoon, doesn't matter, and you would see something like disconnect, they have this ability. But it's like there's work being done. It feels temple-y. It feels very Red Rock-ish. Yep. There's 2 doorways that I can choose to enter. It's almost like whichever which way I've gone up, I'm going to say this mountain of sorts. Either which way leads you. It's like there's something reflectively there at the top, this portal, and it looks natural. This isn't something out of the ordinary, so I don't know if this is something one might be working through. If you're possibly looking for something that makes sense, or you're working within that, the temple of the space, climbing, working. Okay, so
Heart
and
attack.
whatever channel it may be in. Yeah, it's almost like don't give yourself a heart attack over it, because you're going to be fine either which way is the feeling I'm getting. It's like you've chosen the way, and the door appears in whatever respect it is, but it's something amongst the mundane. Like it's not going to look special or magical. It's almost like if there's a key that you're looking for, it could be really like in plain sight. It's in plain sight. Something about like an intentionality. I'm seeing a scarf or a bandana around a neck. It's kind of like blowing in the wind. I'm getting hermit vibes of like this cave. I'm almost like seeing these as eyes, but if I dig really, really deep in there, and I'll do my best to show, it's almost like I can see this candle sideways. And there's a candle in this cave. And then when I turn, it's like I see this whole little world here. This land, there's a tree, somebody poking their head out. Oh, they're not poking their head out. They're drinking coffee like in the woods or something like that. Some sort of space of peace. Maybe it even is just the season, of just the lush Christmas feelings, the pines, the all year rounds of evergreens. But this candle of like some sort of, I'm going to say illumination, but it's like going in versus up and out. And even though this is like the ink didn't quite make, it's leading me here. So it's like as I make this mountain climb, I'm going to start adding on some shaman cards. As I'm making the climb, because I've already gotten over this hang space. And oddly enough, once I reach like the top or find this key or this door, this portal, like, and it's something amongst your mundane world. Maybe it's something amongst your day-to-day agenda, your plans. And then you're going to go in deeper. Yeah, it's very shamanic. Okay. And then over here, sorry, this conversation. There's a catfish and an eel and a dolphin. They're playing together. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna... It's like three different kinds of sparks. Like with the eel, certain kind of electricity. The catfish being able to be in muddy waters and flourish. The dolphin being in salt water or clear, very blue water is the point anyway that I'm seeing. And they all communicate differently. In the Cave of Ice is the Spirit of Initiation. Then we have Hunter of Strength and the Hearth Fires of Purification. Interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay. See if I've given myself enough room here. Probably not. Okay, let me try this. There we go. That might be better. All right. Okay, so in the Cave of Ice, we have here Spirit of Initiation. And then right beside that, in the Cave of Winds, is the Hunter of Strength. And wandering up to the Cave of Hearth Fires in the heart is the Shaman of Purification. I'm going to start there. Because it's like the purification is right above this spark, this fire. And if we remember, it's follow the spark. Literally in line with the Cave of Hearth Fires. It's like I almost want to plop this ink blot in here. Like this is the flame. And even when we were here, it's like of the Spirit of Initiation with these three creatures here. When I flipped it into like the Hermit candle. It's like looking at something in your life. I don't know what this is, but I feel like if you have an idea, or maybe it's something you're trying to create or manifest, it's like you look at it this way, you look at it that way, you look at it that way, and then you look at it this way. But then there's also like a degree change or an oscillation. So instead of just going, can't go over it, can't go under it, might as well go around it, there's this other pivot. And it's like, oh, I see. And then even while we were talking about this, there's those ghoul things. The Spirit of Initiation has that same line that's being protected. Oops, wrong way. Okay, let's keep going here. And the Winds of Strength, it's like I need to keep telling myself, I am enough. I am strong enough. But I don't necessarily want to attract things that need to prove that to myself. Does that make sense? So it's weird. It's like I kind of want to stop saying that. I want to kind of stop saying I need to be strong enough. And then maybe in some way, shape, or form, it's like these things keep coming in to validate how strong I am. Or say, okay, if you want to know how strong you are, here's the situation. This is how strong you are. This one's, I feel like I'm saying I am strong. I am strong. And I'm purifying through the hearth fire, perhaps of, okay, so the word embellishments just came in. Like the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Interesting. In the Cave of Rivers, you have here Hunter of Conflicts. There's something that it's like I say I'm strong, but maybe I don't feel strong. the peace pipe comes in to support this. Make peace with whatever I'm purifying. In the Cave of Earth, I have here the Shaman of Loss. And it's really making space for
You're listening.
owl medicine. Again, there's something about perception. These three creatures keep coming in again. Okay, so it's like I've been in the waters.
Devil.
And I've climbed up towards these ghoulish creatures, probably like a personal purgatory, if I'm being very honest, and whatever purgatory may mean to you, or insert any other word. I've been able to climb myself, or I'm climbing to reach like this pinnacle of sorts, or this place. It feels like a place. But I feel like you are the place. And I keep looking for it somewhere, but I'm the place. And once I reach there,
America.
And I can take either door, I'm actually going to go down. And this is where I can see like legs coming out. And whoop, it just flipped on me, and a head. I'm going to birth, be born, receive, give. Could be something in regards to the spirit of initiation. I want to come back to this for a second. Spirit of initiation. Ancient form. There's some sort of knowledge that I'm looking for outside of me, but I have it within me. And it's like being in this really dense forest, but realizing I'm one of the elder trees. This is unthawing. This ancientness, for, I don't know, lack of a better term or a perfect term, it doesn't matter.
Shelf.
Okay, so it's like the season of allowing things to be frozen and then de-thaw. Something about like an ice age. And something is de-thawing. It's a wisdom I was looking for. Little did I realize it was me. I was always the place. Like I was the temple walking around type thing. Or, how else do I say that I think you know exactly what I mean. Sorry, I flipped this, but I'm going to flip it back for a moment. Adding on to the hunter of strength is gathering your tribe. And I feel like, again, I'm back into this forest where in order for it to be a forest, there's a lot of trees.
Thursday.
There's moss on the ground. There's trees that have been broken or passed on. There are all different layers to a forest to make it a forest, let alone an ancient forest. And I want to come back to here, to the eel, to the catfish, and the dolphin. It's almost like those same layers. They live in different landscapes amongst one big forest. And it's like I want to find strength. Nope. That's tricky. I'm being tricky. It's tricky to rock around to. Okay. There's something about my words that makes me feel, and I might, as Steph, be in this very moment constipating this message, and I apologize. But I thank you if you're here with me. Please do like, share, subscribe. You warm my haunted heart. There's something about not tripping up and like being my own trickster, purifying my words that I feel in my heart. But it's almost like I'm struggling, but I'm not going to struggle, because then I feel like I'm trying to enhance a strength that I already have. I might be trying to fine tune it. Okay, so it's like somebody who might be like a bodybuilder or working out, let's just say. Or maybe you're looking to lose weight. And at some point in time through that journey, then you're looking to, what is that term? Get definition. Maybe in posturing, or you take different, I don't know what these are, exercises, movements, I don't know. But to get definition, maybe muscle tone. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay. So it's like I want to be careful not to trick myself out of words to bring me back into a frozen state when the thought is happening. And realizing I don't have to actually do this alone. But there's times where I understand at the end of the day, I am the one. I am my one. And respectfully, everyone else is their one. Embodied, acting, existing. And I can find others, but just I'm mindful within my own words, holding a personal accountability first of what it is that I'm asking for. I want to be strong.
37.
Is that emotionally, spiritually, physically? What action am I doing to attain that or fine tune that? I do feel like there's something emotional. It's like I want to stop. This is how I'm feeling. It's like I want, if things like kind of keep, like because I'm seeing, okay. I'm seeing somebody at a batting cage. And it's like you've paid to play at the batting cage.
What is your name?
My name is Steph. What is your name? And these balls keep coming at me. That's not a ladylike way of saying that. But these baseballs, right? And I'm batting them.
I said no.
Out of my wheelhouse. But that's at some point in time, I feel like I said, okay, enough. But it's like, but you paid to play. So you got to go through the cycle of it. It's like knowing when you've paid to play something. Maybe? Okay, so here's the other thing. It's like there might also be other people that work at the batting cage. And maybe you ask for the setting to be 5. And they set it to 17. And it's like too fast. Maybe you need to talk to like a multidimensional manager. I have no idea if this makes sense. Because these analogies are well outside of my natural state. But that's okay. So I want to come back into the cave of Hearth, where the purification is happening and the nature spirits are, which is really like those embers, those sparks. These sparks follow the spark of like nature spirits. There are other people around willing to help converse. Yes, converse is the right word. That are also following. No, they're not following at all. They're feeling. Maybe it's a following of feelings.
Granddaughter.
And when you gather with other people, I feel like I'm going to say there should. But I don't want to imply that doesn't mean that there's not consciousness challenging conversations that actually enhance growth. But through these two of the hunter of conflict and the peace pipe, and it's like, well,
have you been before?
Where have you been? What is familiar to this? And this is in your cave of rivers of how you're feeling. It's like cleaning up the conflict, even within my own consciousness, to clear up what it is that I'm manifesting, clear it up what it is that I'm saying, and realizing, even if it's uncomfortable, if it might be a little convoluted or, I don't know, cryptic. And when I find other people that make me feel peace to be the piece of me. Does that make sense? This is a very interesting message. And I feel like I might be butchering it a bit, but I'm going to keep going. I'm following the shaman of loss and the owl medicine in the cave of earth. This is what I feel like it's being brought down for. Something is de-thawing in that ancient forest of initiation. That space needs to be made for medicine, is medicine. No more can come in until the purification process. It's almost like you can only boil a water so much before it starts evaporating. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. Let's grab from the Skull of Scrolls an Aura scroll. I am going to flip this and then we'll do the Shaman's Palm with dream cards. So we'll kind of get another perspective. And I will come out with that shortly. So we can take a look. It's a solar plexus. Wonderful. Okay. If you see, sense, or feel anything in there, I'm seeing like a golden deer or something along that lines. Okay. And I want to bring this back in. Follow the spark. It's almost as if through this flame, there's that sun that brings me into this purification. There's only so much boiling of water that happens at that temperature. And then we're just evaporating. But there's medicine in here, this cave of earth. It's like knowing what your solar plexus is. There it is as well. Sunrise and sunsets. There's some folks that might be changing, leaving circles of friends or friend groups. Okay, there's the owl again in the runes. So that's fantastic. And then we also, see, there's the werewolf as well. Well, I'm sure it's not a werewolf, but, and then you also have the wolf. Wolf. And we've had the owl medicine twice. I'm going to bring out the cards and we'll see what further they have to say. But do you see like this mind? It's like the solar plexus goes into the mind space. The sun of self, perhaps? Is that how I'm hearing that? It might be. Okay, give me one moment. Okay, I actually found them quite quickly, so sorry. So the owl. The owl spirit brings wisdom, protection, and helps us discover hidden secrets. Owls have a night vision and can see things not revealed to the human eye. Your spirit owl can help you tap into the spirit knowledge and develop your perceptions and your intuition. This is what I feel like we've been talking about in this whole journey of this, And then we also have here wolf. I'll bring it up for you if you want to take a screenshot, and then I will read it. The wolf spirit brings communication, generosity, and loyalty. Wolves have a noble passion, are naturally eloquent, and easily adapt to a group. Keep your spirit wolf to easily adapt to the different situations of your life without losing focus of your own goal. Holy schmoly macaroni. Okay, so the wolf is talking about that group. Yes, and gathering your tribe. And it's almost as if for some of you, maybe you've been noticing you have some foxes in your wolf pack. Maybe they're just like a really big fox, or I don't know what it is. That's fine. I don't need to worry about that. It's like, okay. And that's what I mean by in the clearing out.
Why are you
even
here?
Purifying your perceptions that we've talked about. Adapt to situations without losing focus. I don't need to ask for more strength. I am strong. The conflict might not even be mine. The conflict may not even be mine, the way I'm feeling it. Or there's a conflict, and it's like I want to be very, very specific in my speaking here for some reason. I want to say, I want to be able to notice the difference between a conflictual conversation or connection and one that is challenging, that is asking me to grow and conceptualize beyond possibly what I hold dear. And it's almost like in the shaman of loss of the medicine, in some cases, somebody in your friend group or out in the world that you're drawn to might challenge that. And that's not to break down your strength, what you've held true and blue. It's actually like to what feels like a loss. It's not a conflict. There's space for peace to be made to be bigger and broader, because it in turn helps you connect to other pieces of oneness. So there's this loss is more, but that's not to say that there's not a particular mourning over maybe what may feel like having to let people go or hold a boundary to ensure that your heart, your intentions, your intentionality is intact, true to your nature. Because something is obviously growing, some sort of initiation. Literally, these two cards are like as above, so below. The stars and the shaman.
Tuesday.
Some also, you might do a like a fire ceremony or something. And with the wolf, I see it as like that werewolf of change at the moon. Intuitively, things are changing, whether this is within yourself or others. And I'm being careful not to apply a judgment either, because I feel like I have compassion for different understandings of even where I've been at, and maybe decisions I've made in those moments. And now you're X amount of days, weeks, months, years older, and you're like, oh, I understand why I did that, but I'm not going to hold that shame or guilt or like, oh, why did I do that? You know why you did it. You know what I mean? You know why you did it, because you were young, you were growing, maybe you were challenging structures. I don't know. But it comes into like that solar plexus space where it's like, I shine, shine, shine. And it's like I'm climbing my own shine. And amongst all the shadow of going deep within, I've been climbing from, like the external world or exoterically. When I go in esoterically, there's a face I'm going to recognize. And it whispers peace to me. It whispers peace. And like that claw that you can, get in one of those games. And it's not rigged because it's yours. It's like protected. And I'm getting a lot of like Indiana Jones vibes. I don't know. Old souls, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for being my muse. I'm going to flip this and we'll do another reading with dream cards, but in the same configuration of the Shaman's Palm, because I do enjoy the Shaman's Palm configuration. So if you'd like to, join me then when it comes out. And until next time, thank you. Bye.
Spirits are here.